Hello, King's Church, Chesington. It's a joy to be able to do this video for you. Thank you for taking the time to pray for us today. I just wanted to send you this video with a few quick things to pray for. The first thing will be we've just come back from a wonderful church weekend away. It's our fourth weekend away. Weekend aways are fantastic opportunities to see the growth in the life of your church. So we've grown significantly in number, but also in depth of relationships and organizationally and all kinds of things like that. So we're very grateful for the weekend. But there were two people that came, and one who just became a member on the weekend, and she was sharing her testimony with me about how she moved to Gothenburg and had never been in a church before. She came to Kungskyrkan the first time and really enjoyed it, but felt she needed to go and explore some other churches. So she went off for another year or so and tried lots of different churches in Gothenburg. But one of the things that stood out to her was whichever church she went to, she kind of didn't feel seen or known. Whereas whenever she bumped into anyone from Kungskyrkan, they knew her and they loved her. And so eventually she said, I just want to go be there because at Kungskyrkan they saw me, they see me. And I feel at home. So she's come back and over the past few months has become a member of the church, which is awesome. And there was one other story of a young lady who has joined us more recently. And she joined us at the beginning of the year. And she came to us and she's been getting to know us a bit better. She came on a weekend away. And while she was there, she shared this, that in the same building a year ago, another Christian camp that she kind of went to randomly, in the same room, she was asked what church she belonged to, and she said she didn't belong to any church. And because of her history and her painful experiences of church in the past, she never thought she'd belong to a church. And at this weekend away, she just shared that she was so pleased to have found a church community that actually teaches what the Bible teaches. And she'd never imagined that she'd be able to do that in Sweden. So we're very grateful for that testimony. And it was a joy to be able to hear it. Another thing to say is that we're just encouraged just by church growth this year, and we have been growing steadily to the point where we're regularly reaching around 40 people on Sunday, and we're really encouraged by that. But one of the things it kind of raises is the challenge of a building. Our building isn't very big at all, and we're starting to feel the creaking of it. And so I would really appreciate prayer as we look into other options for church buildings, because many doors are closed to us as conservative evangelical Christians. So please pray that the Lord would make it clear as to what he would like us to do. Maybe show us where to go, or if there's a way of thinking outside of the box about this, that he would reveal that to us as well. Pray for wisdom. Another thing to say is that Kungskyrkan hasn't just grown in number recently, we've also grown organizationally massively in the past year. And it's been a steep learning curve for the board of Church Kungskyrkan, who have never done this type of stuff before. So please pray as we continue with that. And one side effect of that, one wonderful, joyful thing to share with that, is that I am now employed 1 day a week at Kungskyrkan, but we seem to be heading in a good direction. On the weekend away, we also welcomed Emmanuel into eldership. Emmanuel Bosson. He is now the second elder of Kungskyrkan, which is a great encouragement to me personally. And also we have Emil, who is starting in the autumn, is going to be training with us, a trainee church planter, with the hope to send him to plant a church in the next 3 to 5 years within Sweden, God willing. So they're wonderful things. And this leadership team that is growing is just coming at just the right time, because Emily and I are heading off on our sabbatical between June and September the 1st. So for 3 months. And the middle month of that, we're going to be spending in Alaska as a family, being cared for by a church out there. So we're really grateful for that. So pray for refreshing for Emily and I particularly. Pray for good family time, that we could just invest in time with one another and just deepen our relationships with one another. The church planting, it comes at great cost to Emily and I, obviously, but also to our kids. And we really want to be able to give back to them during that time. So please pray for us all as a family in that time. And one other thing that's a bit sad to report is Sam Albury. You probably might be aware of the situation with Sam Albury, that's kind of come out as he's stepped down from leadership in his church in Nashville because of past sins that came to light. So we're really heartbroken for him. He's become a good friend to us in Sweden over the past few years. We've spoken at a number of conferences. We've translated a number of his books. And we have some decisions to make in regards to that particularly with my Hurutad and Utrustad hat on, as I'm sitting on the steer, on the board of these committees, as we think about how we can handle this in a godly, gracious, and calm way, while our hearts are breaking. So please pray for Sam. Please pray for us as we have to make decisions in regards to that. So pray, even in the midst of this, that God would use it ultimately for good, even though we walk through difficult times, and Sam is walking through a difficult time, that God would bring good out of this, that would bring glory to his name and bring salvation to many. Okay. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you again sometime in the future. God bless.